Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to remove the lower ball joint with the lower ball joint tool removal kit. So first thing is to have the car on the road. Okay, I've loosened the wheel nuts, cast the wheel still on the ground, just slightly loosened. Now I'll jack up the car at the proper jacking point, put an axle stand, and then undo the rest of the nut, take the wheel off that way. Okay, one point to note: how do you know something is wrong? If you shake it up and down and there's a rattle, then that would be your bearings side to side. Then we can hear that. That would be your tie end side, where its steering is, where it ties in that joint there, the ball joint there, or the lowest ball joint. In this case, and the MOT told me I just about got away with it. A tiny movement, it can cause you to kind of drift a bit when you're driving, also probably wear out your tyres, misalign your tracking as well. It's time to change it. It's just about on the verge of illegal now, so I get it. Okay, so taking off the axle hub nut, had to put that back on the ground, knock out the centre of the wheel, so I can put the 32mm, not using this for a long cheater bar, took that off, calipers off, not forgetting things like this was in here. These matter, they differ in size. The flat end in this case is towards the car, the rounded beveled end is towards the outside. So things like that you've got to remember. Next job, we're taking the steering column end off, and this is already loose. See that? If we knock that slightly through, that's okay. So it's just a ball joint left, and so it's undo the ball joint. I think I'm going to take the whole arm off to do to replace the ball joint. Okay. Okay, by the way, I used one of these ball joint removers to remove the steering ball joint. Now, as you can see, I've got one of these types to remove the lower ball joint. I'm going to wind that, and it should pop. Once it pops, we'll see if it pops down really low. I can't remember. If it drops down really low, maybe I can just do it as it is. If it's not, I'm going to have to take the whole lower arm off to change that ball joint. So I've slid the lower arm control arm out. Remove the bolt that was attached here, and from there, here's the ball joint. Looks like the rubber was damaged because it broke. This is kind of wobbling around. So I'm not going to replace this bit, but I'm going to replace that bit. Looks like some sort of circuit. I'm going to peel off the rubber and remove the circuit off that. Of course, I forgot to mention, here it is, I haven't taken it off yet. Always check your spare part. Looks like the one you're replacing, otherwise don't do it. And there's the circlip. Okay, alright. I won't use that nut because it's got one of them nylon threads on the top. I hate those ones. Show you this. Just prise the screwdriver, prise the rubber cap off. If you can see it, it's kind of all kind of mushy in there. Prise that straight off and it's all loose. That's kind of all churned up metal, all sorts. So there's a circuit exposed. Let me get the light and I'll show you a bit closer. Here it is. Circuits there. One point to mention: if you can replace these, get a good quality one. Go to some like Euro car parts, and then they've got the cheap ones, and they give you a list, and they've always got the recommended. Go for the more expensive one. It's not worth the effort of paying a few pounds more and getting a real crap one. Alright, so here's my ball joint. The 41 I've got a kit, ball joint removing kit. One of them things, get it in camera. One of them gigantic things like that. Comes in a really gigantic 20 kilogram pack. Lots of different accessories involved in that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've decided after much thought, one of these ones, it's got to empty that in, right through there, looks like that. Oops, it is. One of these ones through there, and I'm not pressing on this, I'm going to be pressing on this rim here, because I took the circlip out of there, so must be you press it this way, put that on there, rests nicely on there, and then I'm going to put that one on there, and I'll be pushing in here through. Okay, I'll set it up, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to be particularly looking out for a screwdriver. Alright, set up now. So here's my 19mm end, which I've got a long cheater bar to turn. I think it's probably 600 millimeters. I'm watching this spot here, and when I turn it, I'm hoping that this will push straight into there, and obviously the bottom of the ball joint can fall into this reservoir here. Okay, so it goes. Probably been easier if it was still on the car. I've got a large device. Make sure you wear safety goggles. It might pop all of a sudden. Something popped. It's all the rust, I'm hoping, breaking. Nothing else. It's going through. Okay, can you see that? I should have got a longer cheater bar, it would have been much easier. Okay, that's through. Alright. Now I'll reassemble, obviously it's popped out, I'll reassemble and show you how I'm going to put it back on. Hopefully I'll work it out. This is my new one. I'm going to reuse the old nut. This hasn't got that nylon thread at the top, which is quite annoying when you trying to take off the thing, and the nylon causes this thing to spin and all sorts of problems. Alright, so one more match up just to make sure it's the same one. So it's going to sit in there like that, and say it's exactly the same, but it's kind of close. Okay, let's see how it goes. It's a slight difference there, I can see. I'm wondering. It's going to stand up higher, isn't it? Okay, I'm pressing it back in. Adapter, put it on this side, it's flat, and the catcher where the ball joint is. And hopefully I'm going to have to readjust. Got a longer cheater bar. Watching that little gap in there, it is going in. I'll put the lettering towards the engine bay the lettering CR. The R did not stand for the right. I checked online. Left and right is the same on this car. So but I put the CR point on the inside also. I checked this ball joint and I measured up to the other one I had, the old one. It's exactly the same. It was a bit of an optical illusion because one didn't have the rubbering, the rubber